Hey boys and girls, this next little section is especially for you. And I don't have anything with me to show you today because I want you to think. And I want you to think about how you behave and what happens. Maybe at school, maybe at home. If you are behaving badly, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, then you usually find that people will notice. You'll do the things and people will say, "Oh, look at him. He shouldn't be doing that. He's an awful boy," or "She's an awful little girl." But then, if you keep doing those bad things, then people see you and think about you as being someone who's bad. And that's not very nice. But what happens if you're good? If you do good things and you're always well behaved and you've always got good manners and you always speak nicely, then people will notice that as well. And people want to say nice things to you and maybe even give you rewards. And if you keep doing that and keep being good, then people start to talk about you as, "That's that good boy down the street," or "That's that lovely girl who comes across and speaks to us." And usually you get noticed if you're really good or you're really bad. Now, in the Bible, we're told that God wants us to trust Him and tell others about Him. Now, let me just explain what that means. God wants us to trust Him. He wants us to ask Jesus to forgive us for all the wrong things that we've done. And when we ask Him to forgive us, we ask Him to be part of our lives, to help us. And even though we can't see Him, He effectively comes inside us so that we can hear Him and listen and do what He tells us to do. So He wants us to trust Him, and then He wants us to tell others about Him and about Jesus. I want you to think about this. This is what a man once said many, many years ago. He said, "Preach the gospel, and if necessary, use words." Now, preaching the gospel is simply sharing with others what Jesus has done, so that we hope they will do the same thing and ask Jesus into their lives. But what does he mean by saying preach the gospel and if necessary use words? Well, you know what I was saying about if you're really good or if you're really bad, then people notice. Well, you see, if you're a Christian, then you should be doing all the right things and all the good things. And you should be using the right language, not using bad language. And you should always be telling the truth. So if you're doing the things that God wants you to do, then you're going to be very different from other people. You're going to be special, and people are going to see that you're different. And so by living your life as well as you can, people will see that there's something different about you. And then they might say to you, why are you like this? You're always good. And you'll be able to tell them about Jesus and how he wants to be their friend. And he wants to forgive them, but they need to ask. I wonder, are you different? Have you asked Jesus into your life and had him forgive you for all the sins? And then are you different because of what Jesus has done and the way that you're living? He wants us to live the right way so that people will see us as different and be able to tell about Jesus. We're going to sing your hymn now. We're going to worship God together with Shine, Jesus, Shine.